Hello and welcome back to First Time Watching. This is your host Nate. Today I'm going to be reacting to a song from BTS. It's titled Save Me. But this time I'm going to be using your guys' recommendation of putting on the subtitles so that I can actually read the lyrics as we're watching the reaction. And if you caught my other reaction, I looked at the behind the scenes footage of one of their songs, and you guys were right. They use a lot of practical effects, so I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for that. Let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure you smash subscribe, smash like. I'd really appreciate it. Let's do it. 2016, 4 years ago. Okay, they're out in the middle of nowhere on a beach. Okay. They're using some English there as well. Something I want to mention right here, the camera work and choreography, it doesn't seem like there's much going on, but they have to be really careful with shots like these, because with people coming in and out of the shot, like, the way that they're swinging the camera around, they can't come back and, like, look at someone they've already seen. These guys have to, like, they have really particular cues of where to be. It's like, I don't know, it's really crazy to me. I love this kind of stuff because, yeah, like you think all the dance choreography is kind of difficult. That certainly is, but being on your right cue when they're doing long takes like this is definitely difficult as well. Like, beyond belief. And I mean, they're out in a field as well. I'm trying to believe that this is practical, that they didn't film this in a studio and comp in the background. But I'm sure that there may be some background touch-up work, sort of like removing, you know, like any sort of crap in the background, like there may have been a building or some set dressing that they didn't want there, or trees or something. But yeah, also from the lyrics so far, I gather it's a bit of a love song. It may have deeper meaning if we keep listening. But so far, they're talking about waking up from a dream and missing you, and in this black darkness, you're shining so bright. Maybe we'll find out what you is, whether it's a literal you, as in a girl or a guy, or sort of metaphysical you, maybe something that they want, I don't know, let's see. Okay, he needs his love. See, look, they're all coming out of nowhere. It's so cool. Just, like, so far, this has all been one take. I would think that there would be sneaky cuts, but as you guys mentioned, you know, these guys are masters of their art in that they love to do things practically. So, even though I would like to think the moments when they pan up and look at the sky, that's the perfect time to do a sneaky cut and, like, make it so that, you know, you cut from one shot to another and blend the two, because the only thing that grounds us in reality is the actual ground, knowing where we are. When you look up at the sky, it can be anywhere, you know? And that sky doesn't technically have to be the actual sky. They could have comped on a different one for both shots. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, their art department goes above and beyond for things like this, so I would not be surprised if they choreographed the whole thing to be a one take, which is disgusting. Because now we do have dance moves in the choreography. Let's keep going. I love this sound too, it's so nice. A little bit of dubstep influence with the wubs. Ooh. Beat switch. Love it. So good. Dude, not only are they doing like these camera moves, like this is all one take, I'm seeing some racking focus as well, which just please, like, I mean, because like I mentioned, I'm a post-production artist, I cannot help but think that someone did have to track this. Like, maybe they did do it all in one take, but I swear, you can never get a perfect shot. Like, on a beach like this, there had to have been something ugly that they wanted out of the shot. I can't help it. It's PTSD from when I used to work. It's always, we don't like that, that's gotta go, and you're just like, please, no sir, I don't want it to be like that. Yeah, but like on shots like this, when you have to track minimal, like, they have almost no parallax, like you've got the actors moving in the foreground, well, actors, singers, whatever, but the background is just kind of always moving uniformly, and that's very difficult to get depth perception on. And the fact that they're racking at the same time, which is changing the focal length live, is very disgusting. Let's just keep going though. I think I was right so far. I'm not saying anything to go beyond the fact that it's like maybe a love song type thing. A broken heart type love song. Like they're missing someone and they need them to save them. Love the costumes as always, very aesthetic. Yeah, that was a huge rack just then. Bit of a pan. I'm gonna go back there. I feel like I need to see a behind the scenes of this, because I swear I could see, like, I'm not really seeing anything like trademark, but there are some really strange shots happening where, like, around here, zoom, and then it sort of like pulls. I think that was just a post pan. So instead of the camera actually making that whipping motion, I think that they were filming more, like, we have the full raw plate, and then they cropped into the plate, and then took that, and then just whipped it, like, from this size. I don't know if you see, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. Like, just sliding along, because that was a really unnatural kind of movement for a camera. And those kinds of movements, you know, provide a lot of motion blur, and I didn't see that kind of motion blur in the background or on the guys. But yeah, sorry, that's just me saying things. Trying not to butt in too much, because the music is awesome. Oh my god, that call out there. Thank you, be ourselves. By the way, 3 minutes 17 seconds into this, it's almost over. This has all been one take still. Supposedly. Even pulling off the look if it's not actually a one take is very difficult. Wow. Boy meets... and they're not gonna fill it. Wow. That was really cool. Okay, first off, love the song. Catchy as hell. I wish I spoke Korean. I'd have to listen to it a multiple times to be able to sing that song along with them. There were some English bits, but yeah, mostly the sound of the song is really nice. I love the electronic style and the electronic side to it. There was some wubs in there, I like that. But also, they were doing some spitting, just a little bit. I mean, these days, pop and hip-hop, rap and, you know, that kind of thing, it's all sort of synonymous now. It's all the same. Like, if you're singing quickly as a singer or rapping as a rapper, it's almost the same thing now. Because it's what's mainstream. But yeah, you can tell, even though I can't understand what they're saying, I can read it, but the way that they have this sort of that choppy flow to the way it's like did it, or well, not exactly, but it's with the beat. They're not just going like singing like that in the verse sections. They're sort of like that's more like rap style thing. And I love a good rap. I mean, even though I can't fully understand it if I were to just listen to it, I like that. I'm big into that. The sound is sick. And I'm pretty sure that I covered everything while I was I was pausing the video. Pretty sure that I got just about everything I wanted to say about the camera work. I am blown away because I cannot tell the difference. Sometimes there are things that give it away, like that thing I mentioned halfway through with the camera work looking a bit shaky. That was probably a post, not even an error, it's just what they decided to do. But you can tell. Those are the sort of tells that there's been some tweaking going on. But I don't know for sure that they didn't just shoot that all in one take. Or whether they decided, because there were definitely moments where I, as a post-production artist, would say, cut right there, use take 2, or whatever, blend them together. And that would be every moment they looked up at the sky, because, you know, like I mentioned before, you lose your point of sort of reference. Like, if there were buildings all around, it would be harder to do such a thing, because every time you turn, you would see all the buildings and you'd always know kind of where you are spatially. And so if the camera was slightly off when you switch to another take, the buildings would shift a little bit, but there's no sort of parallax to get that distance. So they could be anywhere in that big area, because there was a big area of dirt that had been kicked up by their dancing. And that's kind of telling in itself. I mean, I'm sure they did plenty of takes to get it right, you know? And when they're doing those takes, they leave behind the footprints of the dirt kicked up and stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe if you were really keen-eyed, you may notice that, I mean, it probably isn't. They probably made certain that there wouldn't be any inconsistencies like that. But it's possible that when they do stuff like that, you may see that later on there may be less footprints because they use an earlier take at the end, whereas somewhere in the middle they're like, oh, we like the middle, we like the take we took at the end of the day, slot that in, and there's footprints everywhere because they've spent the whole day doing it. But that's just me babbling. I don't think they did that. Maybe you guys know and you can tell me. I'd love to be proved wrong, because all I'm saying is just speculation. So yeah, love the song. Love these guys. They're freaking awesome. they have great personalities. Check out that behind the scenes video for Blood, Sweat and Tears. Really cool. But yeah, I got nothing else to say on that one, so I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I'll see you in the next one, so have a fantastic day. Take care.